Willie Sutton trying to work to the front of the goal. Willie Sutton backs in on his man, gets it down low for Kearney. Can't get it there. Gilfillan can't play it. Goes out of bounds, and another penalty call coming up on the Minutemen.
Yeah, exactly what they didn't need right now. Coach Canella cannot be pleased with this, as they're going to have another EMO as they're waiting. 35 white, I believe, which would be McDonald for UMass.
This one is a 30-second penalty on the Minutemen with 10:42 remaining here. Fourth quarter, UMass is down 2 on the EMOs today. Notre Dame is 3 for 3. Another one here would be real damaging to UMass's comeback hopes. Right side, Gilfillan up top now for Mahoney. UMass did not need to get another penalty right here. Down low for Gilfillan. He loses it. Hayes now stolen away by Lopresti as Burke Hayes made his move to the front of the goal. Lopresti on the steal.
Yeah, UMass playing that little zone defense. They really bunched it up too much there, if you ask me, but they did get lucky. So Presti gets hammered trying to get rid of the ball.
Through midfield, the title jump up ahead for Brendan Glass. Great pass. He loses the handle as he was in with a sea of blue jerseys. And back the other way, wide open is Kearney. One-on-one to the front of the goal. Saved by Tom Lopresti.
A huge save right there by Tom Lopresti. It was a one-on-one breakaway. Looks like UMass will get the ball back as as Kearney came in wide, all by himself, waiting. Jared Landon coming in from behind. Lopresti just made the beautiful save.
Looks like he might have even got that piece of his face mask. Back to the way, here come the Minutemen. Left side for Doherty, loses the handle. UMass will maintain possession as both players look like Glass had a breakaway coming, couldn't get things going, and then Kearney made his move to the front of the net. Some helter-skelter play here. Kevin Corrigan does not want this thing as wide open as we've seen the last two possessions.
Yeah, I think he'd really like to just pad this lead and go and pick up the win here today. 6 games in a row if they pick up this one, Anthony.
Moving to the front, here's Chris Grande, left side, takes a low shot, goes just wide of goaltender Cade, and good hustle to the corner. And it will be Notre Dame ball. Good run that time by Mike Iorio to get there. Yeah,
he really beat out Valente there. And Valente's got some wheels for UMass. Iorio, that just shows why he is the All-American candidate.
Certainly. So we've got under 10 minutes remaining in this one. Minutemen are down 2. Irish with the ball. Coming out of his own end, Willie Sutton. It's James Keenan. And ND will bring back, here's your All-American Mike Iorio. He'll take his time. No need for the Irish to do anything too hastily at all. Here up 2.
Yeah, if they're going to play that slow-down game like they were before, they're going to walk away with this one, Anthony.
And here's Keenan left side, sticked away from behind by Dennis Kelly. Turnover there through center. Tough pass intended for Valente. On it there is Sokoloski, and he's hammered down. Goes out of bounds, loses the handle, and it will be Irish ball. Great hit that time.
Yeah, big hit by Mike Iorio right there. He is just a monster, Anthony. Just knocks you right off your feet. You really can't do anything to stop him. As we were talking about earlier.
Then he had a few words for Sokoloski after that hit. Mike Iorio playing a real big game. And that was a huge moment there as UMass crowd was behind him after the steal, and they were headed back the other way. Here's Tremonte on the move for the Irish. Looking to increase that lead to 3. Back behind the goal. Gilfillan, drum falls down. He'll try a wraparound and he'll fade to the corner. Gets it up there. Down low pass in front. Tremonte stolen away by Lopresti.
Yeah, nice steal right there by Tom Lopresti. He's really starting to step up right now, right when they need it towards the end of the game.
He's really doing the things to keep the Minutemen in it. Now do they have the offense to respond? Back behind the goal, Mike Valente looking in front, shot by Brendan Glass. Oh, what a stop by Alex Cade as Glass was in all alone.
Wow, that was a huge save right there by the freshman goalie Cade on a Brendan Glass breakaway for the most part.
Back the other way, Burke Hayes finds Colley in front. Kearney, he can't handle the pass. Hayes can't pick it up. And Lopresti comes back the other way. Both goaltenders now shining in this one.
Yeah, and the shame of the matter is that nobody can help out Tom Lopresti on the offensive side of the ball.
Lopresti flings one in. A great steal by Mike Iorio. Boy, all his skills are showing today. A great steal. That pass was way up and intended for a breakaway for Valente, but Iorio with a great play.
Yeah, he's
Here's
showing
Colley
his ability.
On the move. Save Tom Lopresti.
Yeah, this is just, running gun game right now. Both teams just running up and down. It's going to the winner of this game is going to be the one with more stamina.
This is some really well-played action here in the fourth quarter. UMass loses it. Deliacono loses it along the sideline. It will be Notre Dame ball, 9-7 Irish. Some good play by some quality defensive players. UMass's Tom Lopresti certainly had the answer in goal this quarter.
Yeah, all the coaches on the UMass bench trying to figure out what just happened on that last play, but apparently the ball was out of bounds on UMass.
So will be Notre Dame ball. Willie Sutton has it. Right side, he'll trigger in when we get back to action here. We've got 7 minutes, 53 seconds remaining. UMass needs a couple of goals to get this one tied up. 9-7 for the Irish. Cade now, the goaltender out of his cage, having some trouble finding a teammate. Gets it there. Now Sutton right wing swings it far side of the field for James Keenan. Good cross-field pass that time.
Yeah, that's what they needed to do. UMass was trying to trap in on the goalie and the other defenseman. He just crossed the whole field, got the ball in.
And here's midfielder Willie Sutton, who's really been one of the big keys to the game today for Notre Dame, controlling that ball a lot through transition. Sutton on it now, guarded there by UMass long stickman Adam Waxer. Moving down right side now to the front of the net, losing it was James Keenan. Now back into the corner, Colley has it. Irish, no doubt, will work things around. Gil Fillin way up top now for Pett. James Pett now moving right side, guarded by Doherty.
Yeah, the UMass fans trying to get them back into this game, Anthony, as they're stomping their feet and raising the noise.
Less than 7 minutes to go. Minutemen are down 2. They can use a stop here and quickly. Here's James Keenan at the top. Keenan moving around Doherty to the front. Stolen away by Deliacono. Picked up and shot just wide by Colley. It will remain Notre Dame ball.
Yeah, the same kind of play that Glass scored on earlier. Just the bouncing ball. He just tried to swat it into the net. Unfortunately for UMass, this ball did go wide.
So we've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game here. Notre Dame up 9-7. Colley from behind the net gets it up for Pett now. He's guarded there by Kennedy. Up top for Pascal. Swings it right side for Gil Fillin. Back behind the goal for Randy Colley, guarded by Deliacono. Colley spins off him. Tries to work behind the net, no doubt going to take his time. Slowly walking to the corner now. Gets it up for Pett. Pett guarded by Kennedy. He'll swing it up top for Pasquale. Moving on Doherty. Around him, shot goes just wide of the post, but standing behind there, he is Randy Colley, will remain Irish ball.
Yeah, nice passing right there by Notre Dame. Nice crisp passes. That's what they need to do. If they want to win this game, they just really have to eat up as much of the clock as they can.
And they will continue to do that. We are under 6 minutes to go in the game now. Pasquale, the diminutive number 1, out there working the right side. Pasquale goes 5'7", 145 pounds. Up top now for James Pett. Pasquale, a senior midfielder from Manlius, New York. Tough pass that time, goes over the head of Gil Fillin. Turnover on the Irish. UMass catches a break there. Now they need to convert down 2 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Yeah, the opportunity was made for them right there as the new players are checking in for UMass. They really need to capitalize, though.
Costello and Buddy Hoffman are on to provide some more offense. Out of his own end, here comes Tom Lopresti. The Minutemen can use a goal to help him out. Lopresti's really been solid in the fourth quarter. Lopresti will take it himself. He's going to make a run through midfield. Tom Lopresti with it. He'll have to find a teammate and get rid of it. Lopresti takes it to the front net. Lopresti on the move. Shot and a save by Cade, and we're going to get a call here. Tom Lopresti, boy, Pat, I've never seen that in my few years here of UMass lacrosse. Lopresti making the move all the way and took a shot on Alex Cade. Nobody figures if I can stop the people from scoring and no one on my team could score, he'd give it a shot to shoot himself.
Yeah, nobody seemed to want to stop him. And right as he's getting hit right here, you know, he does take the shot off, but, you know, you never see a goalie come up on that. And one more note I'd like to add, Jeremy Murphy just checked back into the game.
So Murphy supposedly out for the game with a strained left hamstring. He's back, number 22, back on the field. UMass back there, number 16. Here's Glass with it. Gets it over left side for Hoffman. UMass on a 1-minute EMO on that penalty was on Mike Iorio for hitting Lopresti. Right side, they work it around. Glass looking in front for Murphy. Now it's Bailey up top. Right side for Glass. Jeremy Murphy back in the game, showing some hustling spirit. We mentioned he's really the heart and soul of this squad. Costello down low for Bailey. Eric Bailey now back up for Casey Costello. UMass continues to work things around, working on that extra man opportunity. Bailey now over for Glass. Up for Bailey. Costello right side. UMass needs to pull the trigger here. Down low for Valente. Out in front for Costello. Swings it over for Bailey. UMass will move it around the perimeter. Notre Dame good box defense here. Here's Costello moving right side. Gets it up for Bailey. UMass can't get into a good spot to get a shot. Finally, Hoffman pulls the trigger, goes just wide. They'll maintain possession.
Yeah, and you know, they were trying to just slow the ball down, get a nice shot off there on net, but they just couldn't do it.
Valente out in front. UMass shot hits the crossbar. Glass rebound, score. off the post. Brendan Glass bangs in the rebound. UMass has drawn to within one.
Yeah, it looked like they thought the first ball did go in there, but it did hit the post, and then Glass put in the rebound for his fifth goal of the game, Anthony.
I believe it's sixth goal of the season. And the UMass fans getting into it. As you see Glass, now you see some fans on the sidelines. They're going nuts.
Exactly, as the fans are really trying to get this team pumped up right now as we wait for the official call on the goal.
Jay Robbins will step in and take the draw against Greg Glende, the sixth goal of the game for Brendan Glass on the season. Now he has 29 unassisted goal, and UMass is within one. It's 9-8 with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. An extra man opportunity came at the perfect time there. UMass got a goal.
Yeah, they really took advantage of that extra man opportunity and scored.
Off the draw, Glende is able to win it right side. Now across timeline is James Keenan as he's going to move it there. Keenan swings it up. Low shot save. It goes off the post as it had beaten Tom Lopresti. UMass catches a break there. Jason Pett working it left side.
Yeah, big break right there for UMass as Lopresti was beat down low. Fortunately for him, it did hit the post.
Here's Keenan working left side. Now back behind the goal for Gil Fillon. Here's Colley. Colley marked by Deliacono. We've got 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game here. Notre Dame up one. Colley working on Deliacono. UMass's best one-on-one defender. Gil Fillon's got a step, looking for someone in front. Now we'll hold it back there and get it there for Willie Sutton. Sutton's got a couple of goals, makes a move. Spinning on his man, Grande. Grande falls down. Sutton's shot is blocked, though, by the combination of Robbins and Grande.
Yeah, that was a nice play by both UMass defenders.
We've got 3:15 remaining in the game. Notre Dame is up one, looking to pad that lead, and we're going to get a timeout on the field. Coach Kevin Corrigan wants time. He's got a one-goal lead, knows one more insurance goal would make the difference. We're going to step aside here. The score, Notre Dame 8, Notre Dame 9, UMass 8.
One left. I think it works because, I mean, you use it in school every day. I think the teachers should really consider this, and you can experience different things in different ways.
Where they're watching something visually and then interpreting it out of the normal fashion in which they do something, really give them, I think, a new slant on what they were creating.
I liked it better. It wasn't typical. It wasn't every day. It was a change.
And we're back here live at Garber Field. UMass is down one goal. You see Tom Lopresti really limping off the play there, moving away from Coach Canella now. Lopresti really got hacked that time by Mike Arroyo a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, and that big hit by Arroyo when Lopresti came all the way downfield and took the shot. It looked like you might have got a few hip below the waist there, maybe a couple bruises, a Charlie horse even. That's got to make it uncomfortable, but Lopresti is trying to play right now.
He's really limping back to the goal, as you see there, favoring that leg.
So 2 key injuries up until now, that one in Lopresti and Murphy too, who, miraculously came back into the game right now. We hadn't seen him all third period. He comes back late in the fourth period here.
UMass may have to switch to John Casalakis, the freshman goaltender. He's warming up on the sidelines as we see, but Lopresti, the senior Bulldog, really wants to stay in this game and pull out a victory. We mentioned in the opening, Pat, how much of a must-win situation this is. Well, UMass now has 3 minutes and 12 seconds to make that happen, down one goal. It is Irish ball, however, left side, Randy Colley on it. Deliacono was on him, hitting him with the long stick. Now back behind the goal for Willie Sutton. Sutton loses the handle. Dennis Kelly almost on the steal. Now Sutton trying to move to the front of the goal on him. Does. Takes a shot, goes wide to Lopresti. Behind the net, it's Colley. Moving around Deliacono to the front. Can't get a shot off. It's blocked. They scrap forward in front. Coming away with it. Gil Fillon, he'll lose it. UMass ball. Back the other way. Here comes Sokolowski through midfield.
Yeah, nice play right there by UMass defense. Double and triple teaming when they needed to, causing the big turnover.
Sokolowski left side for Kennedy. Back up for Glass. He'll take a seat in UMass. We'll get out some more offensive players. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. It's 9-8 Notre Dame. UMass looking to tie things up here. Eric Bailey on the ball for the Minutemen. Eric Triolo has come on to provide some more offense. We mentioned Jeremy Murphy's return. He's not out there as of yet. Back behind the goal now. Eric Bailey on it for the Minutemen. Looking out in front. Spinning on his man. Beats him. Shot goes just wide and high over the crossbar. In the corner there, UMass will maintain possession.
That seems to be a popular move, to come around the side of the net and then do the spin move, try to get that wide open shot.
I should take a look at Bailey. Costello will trigger it in for the Minutemen. And Costello holds in the corner. We'll get back to live action in a second. We've got 2 minutes, 5 seconds in. Referee blows the whistle. Back to live action. It's Costello. Takes the pass to Bailey. Now gets it to Bailey. Valente and Henry Stanziali now positioning in front. Brendan Glass. Eric Triolo up high. Back behind the goal, all alone. Eric Bailey on it.
Yeah, Mike Valente coming really far out this time, Anthony.
Bailey goes around Sutton. Now Willie Sutton on him. Back up for Brendan Glass. Glass trying to make his move. Goes around Burry. Low shot, score! Brendan Glass has tied things up. Look at the crowd, look at the fans here. Brendan Glass has gotten this thing tied up. We're all tied at 9. Brendan Glass, a phenomenal day. His 7th goal
ties his
of the
career
game.
high, Anthony, with 7 goals as he did it last year against Yale. But, you know, the big gun really stepping up right when he needs to. Gets that bounce shot, beats the top, beats Cade right up top. You can't ask for anything more.
That's why they shoot it off the ground in front. Bounced high, took an awkward bounce off the ground. That's why you shoot it there, and we're tied up at 9. As you mentioned, the career high tying goal for Brendan Glass unassisted. He's now got 30 goals on the season, 7 goals today. Boy, he has really carried the load. That is an understatement. We've now got 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the game here. It is a sudden death overtime in the cross if they go tied, but we've got plenty of time here for some goal scoring opportunities. Off the draw, this one's huge. Robbins comes away with it for the Minutemen. Up ahead for Grande. He's got a step on his man. Takes a low shot. Save. Doesn't know where the rebound ended. It was Cade, but he made the stop. Couldn't control the rebound, but Billy Gallagher up for the Irish. Right side pass goes too far. Harold Drum is there, but ND comes away with it. Gil Fillon on it for the Irish. And they'll stop and they'll call for a timeout with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. We're all tied at 9. The drama builds here at Garber Field. UMass's offense was dormant, and then it woke up the last couple of minutes. There's Notre Dame on the sideline.
Yeah, as we were talking, the crowd's really getting into this. This place is going crazy as we take a look at the last shot by Chris Grande right here. Beautiful save by Cade down low. Looks like he lost it. It hit his foot as he was kneeling down right there. I mean, come on, a freshman goalie coming up with a big kick save like that, Anthony. That's phenomenal.
That was a great play. Grande had a chance to break up the rebound, as you see, just couldn't corral that one. Taking a look at the UMass team on the sidelines, expending a lot of energy to get this one tied up. You see Coach Canella barking out signals to the club. Notre Dame did signal for the timeout. So we've got 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. As I mentioned, should this game end up in a tie, we'll have a sudden death overtime situation, but plenty of time in a college lacrosse game, 1 minute and 8.
Exactly, Anthony. As we take a look at the last shot by Brendan Glass that bounced right above Cade and in the net. You know, what can we say? His 7th goal of the day. We've asked it. In our pregame, we talked about Brendan Glass stepping it up. He really has today.
We mentioned someone else that has to come out there and do the job for UMass to be successful. But Brendan Glass has maybe shown he can carry all the weight on his shoulders. The sophomore sensation, 7 goals today. He's got 30 goals. Keep in mind, this is just UMass's 8th game on the season.
Exactly, and as we take a look at before the game, we talked about how great this game should be, and it has turned out that way. A barn burner, if I do say so.
Here's Mark Pasquale working on Sokolowski. Pass down low. Sutton wide open shot. Saved by Low Presti. He stops Sutton all alone left side. Stopped him on one leg.
He stopped him, and there was nobody defending him at all right there. Looks like a timeout for UMass. They want to set up the play, set up the last play of the game. Tom Lopresti, a beautiful save right there. Sutton was wide open.
We're going to step aside here. We're all tied at 9. 52 seconds remaining from Garber Field. Welcome back to Garber Field. We're all tied at 9, and here's a big reason why: Tom Lopresti in net.
Yeah, with Sutton, like I said, he was unmarked right there. He just took the shot on Lopresti. Lopresti made the save down low, the beautiful scoop, but he did come up limping heavily, Anthony.
Oh, as he has been throughout the majority of this 4th quarter. Got to wonder how much longer he can keep this up, but Tom Lopresti really banged up his hamstring a couple of weeks ago in that loss at Duke, and may have re-aggravated when Mike Iorio slapped him across the leg, but Lopresti can barely walk out across the field there, as we see him getting back to his own net with Vinny Deliacano We've got 52 seconds left. They're gutting it out. Jeremy Murphy had attempted to gut it out, too, on his left hamstring before for the Minutemen, maybe inspiring the squad a bit. We haven't seen Murphy return.
Yeah, Lopresti's really acting as the warrior right now, Anthony.
No doubt. Tom Lopresti making everything happen for the Minutemen. He's got it. A long pass into the right corner, knocked away. Triolo fights for it. It did go off a Notre Dame player. However, UMass catches a break as James Keenan was last to touch.
Yeah, Coach Cannella was screaming, yelling at the referee that time, making sure UMass got that ball back that time.
So UMass, one more opportunity. Let's see if they hold here. We've got 40 seconds remaining in the game, tied up at 9. As I mentioned, if no one scores, we'll go to a sudden death OT, but here's Eric Bailey. He's got thoughts otherwise. Posting up on his man. UMass looks like we'll hold for one final shot. Bailey, the spin move. Guarded by 2 defenders, gets to the front, pass across, Stanziali shot to score! Henry Stanziali, UMass takes the lead 10-9. What a move that time by Henry Stanziali. The sophomore attackman gets in there and scores. 23 seconds remaining, UMass has the lead for Stanziali. Just his 3rd goal of the season, the right man at the right time.
This place is going to explode if you take a look at the replay. Looks like everybody just kept trying to double team everybody else. Stanziali got the shot, beat Cade up top. Everybody was getting double teamed. The Notre Dame defense collapsed. They kept going after the big guns. They were going after Bailey. They were going after Glass right now as the rain starts to fall here, Anthony. But that was huge for UMass right there.
So the goal for number 27, Henry Stanziali, his 3rd on the season. Eric Bailey with a fine pass, and UMass has the lead 10-9. Jay Robbins, an important face-off here. He wins the draw. This game is as good as over. ND pushes it to the front. They'll have possession. Here comes Willie Sutton. They've got 15 seconds left. Willie Sutton, left side. Double teamed, has it knocked away almost. Now he's on his man around Kelly. Willie Sutton trying to cut to the front of the net. We've got 8 seconds. Sutton moving, spinning. Sutton to the front. Shot saved by Lopresti. Rebound still loose in front. Sutton will scoop it up. Lose the handle, and that'll do it. UMass has won. What a comeback by the Minutemen. What a performance by Tom Lopresti. Look at the team run out there and mob the one-legged goalie. Lopresti has done it. Rips off his helmet. Great win by the Minutemen.
Yeah, the Notre Dame team very upset with themselves right now. A lot of people throwing sticks and helmets down. They cannot be pleased with what's going on.
And just look at the team exulting in victory. What a fine comeback performance. We talked about this as a must-win situation. UMass did the job, down 9-7 in the 4th quarter. Things didn't look so rosy, but UMass has fought back hard, and they pull out the victory at 10-9. Come from behind thriller here at Garber Field.
Yeah, and we talked about in the 3rd period how Notre Dame outscored UMass 4-1. In the 4th period, it was just the opposite. Notre Dame scored 1 goal, UMass scored 3. So that was the key to the game. The momentum in the first half seemed to switch everywhere, but in the second half, the 3rd period went to Notre Dame, the 4th period went to UMass.
We're gonna take a look at Tom Lopresti's last great save here on Willie Sutton.
Huge, especially with the, hampered by that injury. Sutton took that blind shot, hit Lopresti right in the face, and he made the save. Beautiful, beautiful win here today for UMass, improving the record now to 5-3, Anthony.
There's Coach Cannella. He's ecstatic on the sideline. Look at him. The team is jumping up and down. A great come-from-behind victory. This is a team that's lost a couple of heartbreaking games, a 2-goal loss to Virginia, a 1-goal loss down at Duke, but UMass pulls out a close one here. The Minutemen moving on. UMass now advances to a 5-3 record. And let's take a look one more time. Henry Stanziali, Mr. Unknown, with the game-winning goal.
Exactly. Like I said, all the Notre Dame defenders are up top trying to trap on the big guns. They left Stanziali wide open.
So UMass moves on, winning the game 5-3. Next up for the Minutemen, New England rival Yale University. UMass now stands at pat 5-3. So the playoffs are looking at a decent possibility. And next Saturday, the biggest game of the season, Syracuse comes here, and you can see that game right here on Continental Cablevision. Pat, your final thoughts?
Yeah, next week's game against Syracuse, I really think is going to be a telltale, especially the Brown game, too, the week after that. UMass is stepping up today. This was a huge victory for them, and Coach Cannella, what they need to do is reel off this victory and continue with the pressure.
And there's Coach Cannella. He's real proud and happy after this one. A must-win situation. UMass delivered. For Patrick Sheeran, this is Anthony Guido saying thanks for watching. 10-9. Great victory today for UMass.